Hey guys, it's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome back to Horrorfest. And now, as promised, I'm reviewing the sequel to Joyride that came out a couple years later in 2008. Actually, it was 7 years later, so it was a while later. And that is Joyride 2 Dead End, Dead Ahead, unrated. Detours can be deadly, and they sure can. Now, this sequel, I saw it first. Well, actually, I saw it on this disc, I saw it first before I saw the first movie again. And it's a fun sequel. It's a decent sequel. There is no Paul Walker in the movie because it's a standalone sequel. Has nothing to do with the first one because it was many years later. And they gave it another shot. And I'm like, as a standalone sequel that was 7 years after the original, it's different from the first one. So I can at least appreciate that. It's a new director. It's not John Dahl this time. It's Louis Morneau. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. It's a French name, and it's got a decent cast in it too. It has Laura Jordan, Nikki A. Cox, Nick Zano. You recognize him from What I Like About You, and I think it was in Final Destination 4. And he's Commander Steele in Legends of Tomorrow. So I like seeing him. He's a good actor. So I've always liked him. He's very reliable. And you have Kyle Schmio or no Schmid, I think. Yeah. But basically, this is a sequel. Let me read the synopsis. Fasten your seatbelts for the nose holes barred unrated sequel to the white knuckle box office hit Joyride with twice the mayhem and action of the original. That is true because the movie's shorter than the first one. It's only 91 minutes and the original was 96, 5 minutes longer, and there's more. They go more for the gore in this one. It's more, I think it's more violent. And Joyride 2 Dead Ahead takes road rage to a whole new level. DreadCentral's.com. When four friends embark on a road trip to Vegas, which, yeah, by the way, rest in peace to all those people that got shot in the mass shooting in Las Vegas. I hope your families are doing okay. I hope all you people out there that survived this get through this. The person that did this will pay. That's all I can say about that. Looking for fun and a few cheap thrills, they have no idea that they're about to fall into a blood-drenched charnel of house of tension, torture, and darkest depths of pure primal fear. After their car breaks down, which is different from the original, that didn't happen that much. I think it happened halfway through the film, and there's four people this time, not three. Mostly in the first one, it was Steve Zahn and Paul Walker. After the car breaks down in the middle of nowhere, they must find a way back to civilization, but their plan soon arouses the malice of Rusty Nail, a murderous, vengeful trucker with an insatiable appetite for gruesome mutilation and sadistic pain, and they'll stop at nothing to ensure they're paying for their toll one body part at a time. Yeah, the film does things a little bit different than this one. Yes, it's another trucker, but this time he's like torturing them when he finds them, pretty much like Jigsaw in the Saw films, or uh, Leatherface and his family in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's got that similar feel to it of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, pretty much, which I did enjoy for what it is. I have to review that, I believe. But this is a good film. I like the. It's a decent sequel to this. I like the girls in it. They're really badass. Both girls, Nikki A. Cox and Laura Jordan. One of them dies. I'm not going to say which one. Nick Zano's acting is really good in the film. Like, there's a scene that he's strapped to a chair next to his friend who's dressed like a woman, which is different from the first one. And he sees his friend get mutilated in front of him. Like, he sees the trucker cut his freaking head. Like, I think he, like, stabs him in the head with an axe or something, or a knife, or it's something. He stabs him in the head. And it's, like, really good makeup effects. It's not CGI. I appreciate that for what it did. And it's well directed as well. It's well acted for a sequel horror film. There's some features on this DVD as well, so that's a nice plus. And overall, it was a fun movie for what it was. I was expecting it. Oh God, this is going to be low budget. It's not going to be as good as the first one. But like Wrong Turn 2, I actually was wrong. I liked the sequel as well. So the third one I've heard was a piece of shit, but this one is actually a decent follow up. And if you want to have a nice double bill with crazy trucker movies, you got Joyride with Paul Walker and Steve Zahn, and then you have this one with Nick Zano and some cute girls. And guess what? It doesn't have a downbeat ending. Yay! That's great because usually horror films now, even sequels, they either kill the protagonist in the first 5 minutes or they have a downbeat ending that makes no freaking sense. And you feel uplifted at the end. Like you expect, the trucker gets what he deserves for torturing them and knocking their car over and trying to run them over, and they get their revenge and basically they escape. And then there's another trucker trying to, well, there is a sequel bait ending, but I'm not gonna spoil it. Uh, and but at least our heroes do get away. At least some of them do. And it's not as downbeat as you think. I mean, it's very short. It's only 91 minutes. Without the end credits, like 85 minutes, I believe. And I was entertained through and through. I did not think it was a bad sequel. Um, it's not going to be as well made as the first one because it was many years later, done by a different company. I mean, 20th Century Fox distributed both films, but it was a different director, different vision on Joyride, and I'm glad this was worth your time. If you can get this double bill, it's really worth it because it's really cheap, and you get both films with plenty of special features, especially the first one, which has 3 commentaries. This one doesn't, but it's got some featurettes and a storyboard to scene comparison. So that's pretty good. At least it's a sequel that got some treatment. And it's overall fun. Like if you want to see something in Halloween that's not a monster movie or, like a ghost story or haunted house, Joyride 2 is a fun ride for what it is. And if you guys, Sean, Josh, Anthony, Parker, Tevia, if you haven't seen Joyride 2, it's a decent follow up. Don't dismiss this movie just because Paul Walker's not in it. I would dismiss Fate of the Furious because that's a franchise that he was in, and because his death meant nothing to the stupid studios. Universal's like, screw it, we'll just reference him and replace him with Scott Eastwood, which is a stupid idea. Don't replace a good actor with another good actor that doesn't fit the role. Just saying. But anyway, Joyride 2 for what it is. It's fun. It's an underrated sequel. I don't think it deserves the bad ratings it got. It's not a masterpiece, but it's a fun horror film for Halloween. It's another psychological thriller that has some tension. It's got some fun actors in it. They're young, and yeah, they do curse a lot, but it's R, so it's unrated. And it's not for children, so do not show either of these films to children because they're very, very, serious, and they have, death in it and, imagery that might be too strong for them. But for adults, for older teens and adults, these are both well done. I'm not wasting my time with Joyride 3. I've heard terrible things about it, but it's a good one. I was very surprised considering I saw it before Halloween. I saw it in like August. I'm like, not bad. I actually like this. It's pretty decent for a sequel that was 7 years later. Some sequels come out years later and they suck. Hintity hint hint. But anyway, Joyride 2 is a lot of fun. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. I'm glad you're enjoying Horrorfest. I'm going to upload as many videos as I can throughout October. I'm not taking any long breaks because you guys deserve more videos from me. I've been gone for so long in September. I'm here for you guys. Take care. Enjoy your holiday. Enjoy your, month of October, Halloween, and see some horror films and shows to celebrate this month. And I will see you in the next review. Later.